In the late 9th century, in the far north of the North Sea, lived a Viking warrior named Ragnar Sveinsson, one of the most renowned explorers of his tribe. He grew up listening to stories of distant lands beyond the fog, of wealthy cities behind mountains, and of battles that carved eternal glory. In the winter of 873 AD, the leaders of the Nordheim tribe gathered inside a massive wooden hall known as the Longhouse. Their elder, Eric, rose slowly and said in a firm but quiet voice, "Our land is dry. The hunt is scarce. We need a new expedition. We must conquer a place no Viking has ever seen." Everyone turned to Ragnar, known for his bravery and reckless courage. He lifted his head and said confidently, "I will lead the voyage."
At dawn, two longships with red sails carrying the symbol of the wolf sliced through the icy water. The sea roared wildly as if warning them to turn back. After 2 days of sailing, a massive storm struck, waves towering higher than the ships themselves. Havard, one of the warriors, shouted, "The gods are angry." But Ragnar stood firm at the bow, raised his axe, and said, "If fate wanted us to die here, we wouldn't have left home at all." They survived the storm after a full night of chaos, but one of the ships vanished. Only Ragnar's crew remained. They reached a strange shore, shrouded in thick fog, the air cold and damp. One warrior muttered, "This isn't England, nor the land of the Franks. This place feels different." It was Scotland, land of dark mountains and eerie valleys. As they moved deeper into the forest, they heard tribal drums. Men painted in blue emerged from the trees, shouting in an ancient tongue. They were the Picts, the fiercest warriors of the north. A brutal battle erupted. The Picts fought like ghosts, defending sacred ground, while the Vikings struck like thunder from the sagas. In the middle of the fight, Ragnar faced the Pict leader, a towering man with a curved blade. Their duel was fierce, strike after strike, a roar. After a long struggle, Ragnar brought the leader down. The Picts retreated into the forest like shadows. The next day, Ragnar's men found a deserted village. Doors open, fires extinguished, food still on the tables, yet no sign of anyone. One of the warriors whispered nervously, "These people fled, but why?" Inside a wooden hut, Ragnar found strange warning symbols carved on the walls. Before he could make sense of them, a terrifying roar echoed across the valley. A massive wolf, larger than anything they had ever seen, emerged from the fog. It attacked with supernatural ferocity. 2 of Ragnar's men fell instantly before the creature vanished back into the trees like a phantom. Ragnar muttered, "This land is cursed. We must leave." They headed back toward their ships, but the journey was harsher than they imagined. The fog thickened. The nights grew unnaturally dark. Whispers followed them through the forest. At midnight, another ambush by the Picts erupted. They were more numerous, the terrain against the Vikings, but Ragnar refused to fall. The warriors fought until dawn. When the sun rose, only 7 of Ragnar's men remained alive. When they finally reached the shore, they found their ship shattered by another storm. Ragnar, bleeding and exhausted, looked out at the raging sea and said, "We came seeking glory, but learned that the sea and battle do not always reward the brave." They built a small boat and began the harsh journey back home. After endless days of hunger, cold, and struggle, they finally reached Norway. When Ragnar walked into his village, the people welcomed him as if he had returned from the dead. He told them of the land of mist, the cursed village, the phantom wolf, and the blue-painted tribe. Over the years, his tale became a legend. Children of the North grew up hearing his story, and Ragnar's voyage became one of the most famous sagas of the Vikings.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. Egypt looking to pass their way through. And he's managed to get free. Well, there's the clearance. And he's there to retrieve it. Tar is there, and he can get that clear. Havertz. Kimmich. That's been cut out, well played. Realm.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And he's in, and a chance! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty.
Number 8.
Vitz and Stiller. There will be 4 extra minutes. Played into the middle, brilliantly cut out. That's that, the end. Egypt